Live from CBS 4, your News at 11 starts right now.
We begin tonight with severe weather. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Matt Smith. A central Indiana town is now cleaning up after a tornado suddenly touched down in the middle of the night. We have one family's very close call. Plus tonight, thunderstorms that produced that tornado also triggered these serious flash floodings in several cities. We are going to tell you how many people had to be rescued from their homes. But first, as bad as last night's thunderstorms were, a more powerful system is on the way. Let's get right to Weather Authority meteorologist John DeSauer. Hi, John.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, we are concerned about the potential for some flash flooding once again in central Indiana over the next 24 to 36 hours. A flash flood watch is in effect tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. through Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. for much of central Indiana. I wouldn't be surprised if that flash flood watch is extended beyond 5 o'clock Tuesday morning. You can see we've got mainly clear skies across Indiana. A few clouds have developed along a front that's off to our south and west. What we are watching right now is off to our northwest, up near Minneapolis, Minnesota. This complex of storms, which is about 500 miles away right now, is beginning to move to the south and east. This is what comes in about 10 to 11 hours from now, and will have the potential of bringing some very damaging winds as well as some heavy downpours. The Storm Prediction Center does have a moderate risk out for severe weather from Chicago through Indianapolis to Cincinnati to Louisville, and that does include most of central Indiana. This moderate risk runs from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning through 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. What you can expect by tomorrow morning, I think we're going to be dry at 6 and by 8 o'clock in the morning, but by noon we'll have showers and thunderstorms moving into the area with another round of thunderstorms possible tomorrow afternoon into the evening, and then another round by Tuesday morning. I'll time it all out, let you know what you can expect so you can make plans for the day tomorrow. That's all coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good, John. Thank you. First to the cleanup tonight to Johnson County. It was especially hit hard after that EF0 tornado cut through a small town overnight. Cleanup efforts still underway tonight. CBS 4's Eric Levy is there to show us what this damage looks like.
Well, big trees like this were all standing tall when Hoosiers went to bed last night, and then when they woke up this morning, they saw they were all knocked over from the fierce winds. And just look at the mess that everything caused. And in other parts of the county, it's worse yet. Prince's Lakes, a small town just west of Edinburgh, caught the brunt of the tornado. The 80-mile-per-hour winds left trees broken, splintered, and twisted. Part of a tree even invaded the Ford's home on West Bower Drive.
I woke up when my parents came into my room. They were yelling at me, "Jamie, get up, Jamie, get up." I didn't know what was going on. And then I looked over and I saw the limb in my room.
Here's a picture of what Jamie is talking about. And if she had been 5 feet from where she actually was, the tree would have hit her. And the storm was still causing a ruckus outside.
It was going all over the place. It was a like that.
Things started hitting the house, and I just had time to put my hands over the back of my head, put my face down, and I said, "God help us."
Luckily, the Fords survived the storm that Jamie's mom, Jo, described as the worst one in years. Over near Trafalgar, it was certainly a close call for Bob Williams.
You can see the house has very little damage, but on both sides, it took the trees out.
The National Weather Service said the tornado began its path about 2 miles southwest of Trafalgar with straight-line wind damage mixed in. Whatever brought these huge trees down was violent.
I was very thankful we didn't get hurt.
In fact, there have been no reports of injuries anywhere, just a lot of damage to be cleaned up. In Johnson County, Eric Levy, CBS 4 News.
You just wake up and you're walking in water.
Now tonight to the mess in Morgan County, where thunderstorms pounded Mooresville and several other cities across central Indiana overnight, creating this serious flash flooding. People have spent the day there cleaning up their homes, getting several inches of water out of their basements, their crawl spaces, and living rooms. CBS 4's Alexis McAdams has talked with several homeowners dealing tonight with that damage.
It doesn't usually look like this at all. No, it's nasty.
Mud, debris, water, and memories cover the floor of the Hendrickson family home in Martinsville after torrential downpours and flash flooding ripped through Morgan County early Sunday morning.
They're going to really have to disinfect it really good inside because all that mud water in there, it really needs to be disinfected pretty good.
Rainwater filled the kitchen cabinets and even got inside of the refrigerator, creating a huge mess for homeowners. Now they have to clean up the thick mud and get the water out of their house as quickly as possible.
Get all the wet clothes out of the house because if not, they'll start molding, and you got to get the furniture out so it can air out, and it's a long process.
Residents say the water overtook their homes in minutes.
There was nothing I could do. It was just that fast, so I've been through it before. I knew what was going to happen. It came and it went and left all the silt.
Just up the road, flash flooding damaged several homes in Mooresville as well.
It was probably 3.5 feet in the back and about 2.5 feet in the front. I think I lost everything.
The county says they're working hard to finish all of the damage assessments by Tuesday, but with more rain on the way, the damage could get worse.
It's not looking good what's coming, that's for sure. Hopefully it just won't be as much as and as fast as what we got last night this morning.
According to the residents out here in Martinsville, Matt, the Red Cross still hasn't shown up to offer them any assistance. And as you saw from that video, their homes are in extremely bad shape with that thick mud outlining most of their living rooms, their basements, and their entire homes. Also, from a few days ago, that storm, their power lines and phone lines are still down in that Martinsville area. So many people tell me they can't even call for help. And with more storms on the way, that damage could get even worse. We're live in Martinsville tonight. I'm Alexis McAdams, CBS 4 News.
All right, Alexis, thank you so much. Also in Morgan County tonight, 2 canoers found safe after reported missing along the White River. Lindsay Smith and her boyfriend left the Henderson Ford public access ramp yesterday. They camped overnight. Smith says the campsite was flooded this morning. Their only cell phone was waterlogged. They were supposed to be picked up this afternoon, but never arrived. As you see here, Indiana conservation officers used airboats today and choppers to find them eventually tonight. This heavy rain fell so fast, storm drains just could not keep up. Take a look, several vehicles even flooded. You can see the water reaching all the way to the driver's side doors, and this is how many people got trapped in their homes overnight. Mooresville Fire received help from 4 other township fire departments and the Department of Natural Resources to make about a dozen water rescues. To the east side of Indianapolis tonight, where floodwaters in one neighborhood persist tonight. And after last night's storm, residents are begging for help from anyone who will listen. All across this east side neighborhood tonight, the urgency is in a race against time.
It's emotionally and financially draining.
Just across from Warren Central High School, residents say this part of 16th Street attracts flooding. But never, longtime residents say, have they experienced a summer like this.
We just can't get it where it needs to go.
There was standing water last night when the rain started, but it got like this, I would say, within an hour.
Last night's downpour was the tipping point for Ashley Dyer. Beyond what's visible in her backyard, there are new concerns for mold. Tonight inside her home, 3 sump pumps are running and sandbags are ready for more expected rain tomorrow.
Every time we hear rain or hear that there's a concern of flash flood warnings, we know we're going to be hit.
Tonight, these residents say they need help.
I understand that it's been a ridiculous amount of rain here of late, but still on top of that, it's been over the top.
Whether from the city or emergency officials, they know firsthand the flooding won't stop.
We've had contractor after contractor tell us that no matter what we do to our property, and we can install however many pumps and systems to get the water to the ditch, but if the ditch can't carry the water away, it'll all be for nothing.
All right, so if you want to know about the latest on flooding conditions throughout central Indiana, you can check out this website. You are able to hover over each location you see there to receive specific information about affected creeks and rivers and the cities that it's impacting. We've linked to this at cbs4indy.com/links. CBS 4 is your weather authority. Stay on top of tomorrow's expected severe weather with our Indy Weather Authority app. You can track the radar. You'll receive weather alerts on your smartphone and your tablets. New tonight at 11, Metro police officers investigating a believed sexual assault tonight. It happened near Military Park in downtown Indianapolis this morning. Police say the victim was walking on Blackford Street and was forced into the park and up against a tree. A man then put his hand inside the victim's clothing. He left the area with 2 other men. Tonight, if you have any information, you are asked to call police. New information tonight on 2 brothers who vanished from their mother's home in Indianapolis over the weekend. 10-year-old Gabriel Bernal and his 9-year-old brother Roberto were taken sometime between 2 and 9 yesterday morning. Detectives tonight believe the boys' biological father, Gabriel Bernal Diaz, may have taken them as far away as Texas. If you have any information tonight, you are asked to call IMPD. New tonight at 11, an Amber Alert that started in New Mexico ends in Indianapolis tonight. Indiana State Police rescued 16-year-old Andrea Lucero tonight after she was kidnapped Thursday in Rio Ranchero. Troopers intercepted that teen and her accused kidnapper at a Greyhound bus stop downtown. Police tonight arrested the suspect seen here, 37-year-old Joe Medina. In a Facebook post tonight, the teen's mother says the two met online and eventually Medina began stalking and threatening Andrea. Her mom tonight is en route to Indiana to pick her up. New at 11, two men under arrest after they turned themselves in to Johnson County Sheriff's deputies. Stephen Macy and Trevor Ellis are accused of opening an unlocked car door and stealing a debit card, 2 video games, and a camera. Police are still looking for a third suspect. The debit card was used at 3 different locations. Surveillance video from a Kroger store shows those 3 suspects. Indiana Republican Congressman Todd Young makes it official today. He is joining the race for U.S. Senate.
And the best way I can think of to give back is to ensure that every Hoosier family enjoys a better future. That's why I'm running for U.S. Senate.
Young released this web video today. He joins a number of other Republicans seeking the nomination tonight to replace U.S. Senator Dan Coats, including Representative Marlin Stutzman and Eric Holcomb. Young raised a record $1 million this past quarter. Former U.S. Representative Baron Hill is the only declared Democrat tonight in the race. Happening tomorrow morning, honoring the sacrifice made by survivors, family members of fallen Indiana law enforcement officers. The annual Cycling for Survivors begins in Indianapolis. Here's video of cyclists practicing before tomorrow's big day. They'll stop at locations significant to each officer who died last year, covering nearly 1,000 miles. Proceeds go to fallen officers' memorials and officers' families. Governor Mike Pence will speak at tomorrow's opening ceremonies. Later in the day, he will sign 2 bills into law at the State House. The first gives immunity to anyone rescuing a child in a dangerous situation, like having to break a window in a hot vehicle. The other bill provides more resources to Indiana families in the midst of cases involving missing or trafficked children. Straight ahead here on the CBS 4 News at 11, a big week ahead in the Richmond Hill trial. Jurors will hear closing arguments and begin deliberating the case. Tonight, a breakdown of what jurors must decide. Plus, a big eating event in Midtown Indianapolis, how you can eat an upscale meal for half the price. Plus, join CBS 4 for the Colts Back to Football 5K run on August 22nd. Runners finish on the 50-yard line at Lucas Oil Stadium. Tonight, the first 350 people who sign up using this code, 5K Free Ticks, receives a free ticket to a Colts preseason game. Register now at Colts.com/run.